Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series here on the PS5. Tonight, it's round 16 of Season 5. We are heading to Marina Bay for the Singapore Grand Prix. And we need a response from our drivers because last night was a disaster. Collision between the two of them when we were in an incredibly strong position to win the Grand Prix effectively rendered us pointless. We retired Oscar to save his car because he had quite a bit of structural damage, and Mick limped home in 11th, 12th, something like that. Not great. So yeah, need to get back into the points tonight. Need to see them back at the front of the grid tonight. We did give up quite a lot of points last night to Red Bull. We still have a lead. We're still, as you can see, 122 points clear of them in the Constructors' Championship. Oscar is still clear of Max, and that is by, 67 points? 77 points? 77 points. So it's not by any means a complete and utter horrendous season-ending disaster, but it was not good. It was not good, and we definitely need to get back on track tonight. So let's see. We have 9 days to go until the Grand Prix. Got a couple of parts being put through, as you can see, to replace some of the stuff that got broken last night. Got a couple of projects going through to bring some future upgrades, another underfloor and another front wing. Got some research going through as well. We will continue with more research once those are done. And these might well be the last actual upgrades we put onto the car. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see how things go, but I'm kind of focusing towards just research now, I think. The car is strong, doesn't need too much of a tweak to say strong. So rather than throwing money after negligible gains, it might be better to just focus on the research to just help boost the car for next season. It would be cheaper to do research projects than designing and then manufacturing new parts as well. So yeah. Hey there, Victor, good to see you tonight. Right, let's advance a little bit of time. Spare front wing is done. Good. So we now have 2 spare front wings. Low stock on side pods. We've got 3, got 2 underfloors. We've got more chassis coming. And now we have a new ATR period and the regulation change for next season as well. Let's see. What is the regulation change? Financial changes for the 2028 season. Let's have a look. Change to the cost cap. It's looking to increase the cost cap. I'm going to vote for that. I mean, we have broken the cost cap for, I think, the last 3 seasons in a row. Hopefully we won't this season, but you never know. So, yeah, it'd be nice to have that little extra cash, an extra, 5 million to play about with. We'll vote for that change, especially if we're going to a new team as well at the end of the year. Having a little bit more money to play about with could be crucial, because we could have to spend quite a lot on facilities, and obviously that will eat into our cost cap budget, depending on how early we get those upgrades through. Weather reports. What weather are we going to have at Singapore? It's going to be clear. It's going to be a little cloudy. Coolest day will be race day. Be very hot in practice, cooling down a little bit in qualifying, and then nice and cool for the race. That'll help the tyres. Not that they really need too much. Let me take a look at facilities. I know something was close. I'm trying to remember what it was. Might have been in operations. Yeah, it's still a little way off. We've still got probably a couple of races before we need to do any more upgrades there. So we will continue to advance time. go, ready for the race preview. We should have those new chassis. There we go. So we'll put those back on the car after wrecking the pair that we had at Monza. More are still coming. Let me check. Are both cars running the same build now? Both on the Mark IV chassis, Mark III front and rear wings, Mark III side pods, Mark III underfloor, Mark III suspension. Good, good, good. Right, let's take a look at our car. Still very competitive. Lost a little bit in the low speed and the medium speed, I think, compared to yesterday at Monza, but not much compared to the rest of the grid. We're still very, very good. So we will set some targets accordingly. Let's see, the incentive is 2 in the top 4. That could be tricky, but we'll certainly give that a go. We'll get both into Q3, both into Q2. Go. 2 in the top 4 for the finish position. Ooh, that's potentially a little optimistic. We'll see. Should be good, but we'll try. We'll go for the fastest lap. We've got a new finish position streak tonight, 1 in the top 6 for 2 races, and we are more than halfway through the quali streak. 2 to go in completing this, 2 in the top 8. Should easily be achievable tonight. How you doing, Refill? Right, we are ready to head to Singapore.
Our Formula One season continues here, in the Republic of Singapore. Singapore's Marina Bay is a floodlit extravaganza for the senses and a true test for F1 drivers. Cars are just inches away from the walls on this tight street circuit, and even at night, the air thrums with heat. The bumpy street surfaces here make this a challenging circuit for the drivers, and the humidity causes them to lose as much as 3 kilos over the course of a race. But it's also tough on the cars, with 23 corners to tackle each and every lap. Good low-speed downforce will make all the difference here.
It's Alpha Tauri at the top of the constructors' standings. And while there are plenty of rounds left, the teams know their time is slowly running out.
Let's get this underway.
Okay, so best behaviour tonight, boys, please. We'll be implementing team orders throughout parts of the race, if not the whole race, just to make sure that there's no repeat of last night. It does make me nervous about the prospect of cutting them loose again. Maybe when we're a bit more secure in our title picture, we'll let them fight. This is not really a track I want to let them squabble. We'll lose a lot of time going side by side through twisty sections, and with the wall so close, it's just inviting trouble if we let them fight here, I think. So we'll probably avoid that. Let's put in some older parts for practice. Going through gearboxes too quickly. At least we've still got some options left. I kind of regret putting a new gearbox in Oscar's car just for the sake of, just for the sake of it last night. Would have been much better for us if we left the worn gearbox in there. Still, hindsight is always 20/20. There we go, parts are swapped over, both running the same fuel load. Let's start with a 7, a 15.5, a 9.1, a 2.7, and a 0.9. And for Oscar, let's go with an 8, 15.5, a 7.3, a 2.8, and a 1. There we go. I am going to put Ollie in the car tonight. I want to try and get as much time in the car for him as possible now in the run-up to the season, because wherever we go next year, we will be poaching Ollie and sticking him in the car. So we want to sneakily get him as prepped as we possibly can, ready for next season, when we will have him and not Alpha Tauri.
Radio check.
Yeah, radio is good.
Yes, radio check.
Radio check.
Yeah, copy safe. Watch those curbs.
Copy.
So the latest news in the F1 crazy season driver market, speculative bullshit, is that Sebastian Vettel is being lined up to move to Mercedes next season. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's wishful thinking from some people. I think it's more likely it's going to be Sainz, Alonso or Antonelli, one of those three. And I think it all depends on how well Antonelli does in F2 this season. If he has a good year, then the seat is probably his to lose. He will be having a test in a 2021 Mercedes later this season. I forget when, but that will also probably go away to shaping the decision for Toto as well. 93, that's not a bad starting setup. Let's call him in, make some changes.
What's your feeling?
Only 82 for Oscar. Definite work needed there. Alright, so that needs to become an 8.2. Push that up to a 7.5. Let's increase that a little bit as well. Actually, let's pull that back. Make that a 2.8. Let's go with that. Might need to move the toe, but we'll see how we do with this. If I need a new goal, make it so women win it all. It's a bit late now for us to do that, because there aren't that many talented women in the game. There are a couple that we could put into a development program driver-wise and get them up. The staff, there aren't many women staff available, and the ones that are really low skilled, so it would take time to develop them as well. If we started that instead of hardcore, then by now we'd probably be starting to get competitive, but yeah, so it's too late for us to do that now with the new game only a few months away. It would remain an unfinished series, we've probably realistically only got time for 2 more seasons. Well, let's see, maybe 3 seasons, but not enough time anyway to have a female dominant team. Alright, I'm going to make that an 8-2. Let's pull the front wing back to a 7. Oh, that's not going to be enough. Alright, let's go the opposite direction. Let's go with a 9. Pull that back in a bit. Let's try that. See how we do with that. Feedback from Ollie's due any second. There it is, 97%. So we closed up a little bit. Still need to find a touch more, but it's not too far away. Alright, so which way do I go? Let's try that. Evening, Baron. Oh, no change at all with Oscar. Still not a good rating. So we might have tightened some things up, but we've certainly gone the wrong way on some other parts there. Time to investigate. Okay, so it's not a 9 front wing. Means it's probably like a 7. Try that. Looks pretty close. All right, so mix in the car. We'll go with medium tyres in this session. Mediums for Oscar as well.
Should be green now.
Hopefully we'll get the setups nailed in this one. Car part knowledge is about to hit 100. Obviously, we ran the chassis for the first time last time out, so we're just continuing the gain from that. There we go. We now have a fully understood car again. Just need to get it set up properly now. I am curious what they're going to do with practice sessions next iteration. Are we going to still have these same little mini games that we have for getting the setup and car part knowledge and track knowledge? Is that going to change? I kind of hope there's something a little different next year. Kind of like the idea of choosing a downforce style and then choosing whether you want to focus it as a dry or a wet setup on weekends where it might be a bit of, you know, you're unsure about the weather. I wish there was a little bit more unpredictability in the weather as well sometimes. You know, if the radar says it's going to rain, it's going to rain. You know, it'd be nice if the radar said it might rain and then it doesn't, or the rain comes much heavier than forecast. You know, just not all the time, but just every now and again. Because those things do happen. Teams do get caught out in real life, and it would be nice to see that kind of carries over a little bit. We've got Oscar up to 92%, but we're still not there. This car is proving very stubborn. But we are there with Mick. That is a setup nailed.
Copy that, mate.
So where are we still going wrong with Oscar? Definitely taking a step forward, found 10%, but there's still something out there to find. Okay, so front wing is going to have to change. Now let's going back to the 9.1 that we were running earlier. That's odd. I'm going to go to a 6, I think. That's too much on the straights. Go to a 6.5. Let's have a crack at that. I'm not convinced. Oh no, we started Oscar on a 7.3, not a 9.1. It was Mick we started on the 9.1. So, okay. Evening, Sidhu. Alright, getting close. Have we finally found the setup? Yes, finally. It's taken 4 runs to find it, but we have found it. That's good. Just keep Schumacher out on track.
Checking flag.
And there we go. Practice is done. Well, second practice is done. Just FP3 to go. Hard tyres for Mick. Soft tyres for Oscar. Probably more fuel than we need, but it's always better to be over-fueled than under-fueled. And for Schumacher, we'll go with 34 laps of fuel. Which again, is probably more than he needs, but better over than under. Genuinely curious what our quali pace is going to be like tonight around this track. The straights with the DRS zones in particular are going to be very good for us. I think from the start of the second DRS zone, you know, around the track, around the back part, going over the bridge, from that point to the end of the lap, all well through till like the end of the first DRS zone after the start of the lap, I think will be very strong, because there's a lot of high speed stuff there, a lot of DRS as well, where we are very good. When we start moving into the twistier stuff, not quite so good. But I mean, this is a much more flowing circuit than it was a few years ago when they had the sort of dog-legged chicane along the harbour area, where you had the sort of right-left and then left-right back under the bridge to rejoin the same bit of road that they now just cut straight down. Track definitely flows a lot better. There we go. Oscar is done. Nice, uneventful practice for him, apart from struggling to get the car set up. And that is Mick done. So, very uneventful practice. I don't think we've even seen a single yellow flag yet throughout the practice weekend. on quali.
We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Executing the perfect qualifying lap around Singapore comes down to absolute precision. The circuit needs high downforce and a good suspension to maximize grip on the bumpy street surface.
If we could just talk about Mick Schumacher for a second. Given his recent form, how's he going to be going into this session?
Their teammate is driving rings around them right now, which can't feel good. They really need to pull it together and show their team what they can do.
So get yourselves comfortable. It's going to be quite the ride.
Right, let's get some good bits into the car. Go with the 89% engine. That ERS will be fine. And that gearbox. Okay. For Oscar, that gearbox, oh, sorry, that engine, that ERS, and we'll stick with the same gearbox. And let's go see what kind of times we can post.
Should be great. So let's just concentrate on those tyres and brakes.
So, both Red Bulls out early on. It's a little bit of a surprise. Seen quite a few cars coming out early, actually. Mind you, it is a longer lap. So you got less time for dilly-dallying. Evening cloud. Right, so it's Leclerc behind Schumacher. All right then, first flying lap.
So start.
See what pace we have.
Nice big gap ahead. So you're good to push.
Yeah, I've not watched it back. I didn't have the heart to watch it back. Mick fastest in Q1 in sector 1. Not sure where Oscar is, whether he's second, third or fourth. Mick is faster than the Red Bull of Leclerc in Sector 2. It's quicker than Oscar as well. 1:26.5.
Let's finish this lap and then we'll box, please. Finish this lap and then box.
How's the championship standing? Oh, still pretty good. Still pretty good. We've still got a 3-digit lead over Red Bull. And a 77-point lead in the drivers. So, yeah, still pretty comfortable. But would have been nice to have won Monza, finally. Oscar crosses the line. He's fractionally slower than Leclerc.
Okay.
Here comes Max. Max goes P2. So, very good lap from Mick. I'd like to think that's good enough, and then we can just sit in the garage now, but we'll see a few more times on the board first before we make that decision. Ocon only 5 tenths off. Only a tenth and a half away from Oscar. Oh, Oscar's miles ahead. Oscar's won like 8 races. Mick hasn't. Mick has got 1 win. Mick's currently 3rd in the standings, just behind Max. He was 2nd until last night. Max took the place back.
Pit limiter on. Okay, mate. Stop on the marks, wait for 2 seconds and switch off.
Russell yet to leave the pits. Great result for him last night, 2nd place. Behind Leclerc, ahead of Max. Not a bad race for Perez last night either. Helped in part by the fact that neither of our cars finished in the top 10. But still, solid points, much needed points. He's having a very bad season. And if we do go to Ferrari and Perez is still there, he'll be the driver that we'll be booting to bring in Ollie. Perez goes 6th, half a second behind Mick. And now George makes his way out. And I think I am going to sit in the garage. So let's advance time towards the end and see the final runs. Russell goes 5th, 10th off Oscar. Gasly's up there as well. Yeah, it is looking like we will be moving to Ferrari. But we'll be leaving our team as strong as it can possibly be. So, who is at risk? Oops. Hajar has got a chance to try and get out of the drop zone. Got a bit of traffic to contend with. Hajar unable to make it through in the end. No improvement from Russell. We did have a bit of traffic. So that is the end of Q1. We are saying goodbye to Kevin Magnussen, Isaac Hajar, Richard Bashaw, Valtteri Bottas, who also has a 3-place penalty, I think, from the last race, and Zane Maloney. Moving on to Q2. Yeah, and we're going to try and do just the one run. We'll send Oscar out first this time.
So let's just focus on the tyre temps then. Copy. Concentrate on the tyre warm as best we can. Copy.
So looking at the remaining cars, I think Albon, Giovinazzi, Joe are certain to go. I think Porsche might struggle to get through. I think one of the McLarens might get through into the top 10. I'm not sure which one though. Perez is a doubt. We shall see.
So gap ahead is good. Okay, we've got to go.
Traffic coming out of the pits in front of Oscar. Hopefully we'll clear the Red Bull. Yes, we do.
Clear track ahead. And then let's push next lap.
Could easily clear this Ferrari. Schumacher might have a coming together with a McLaren here. Ah, that's unfortunate. Gets out of the way pretty quickly there, though. So hopefully no real hold-up from Norris. Let's see, what did Mick do in the first sector? 26.5. That's 26.5. Well, look at that. Just 43 thousandths difference between the two in the first sector. Very fine margins. Alpine pulls over to move out of the way. Mick is quicker in the middle sector. Looks like Mick has a bit of an edge over Oscar tonight. Could this be win number 2 for Oscar? For Mick, sorry, or win number 9 for Oscar?
Cool the car.
I'm assuming, of course, we're going to win the race. Nothing is certain. It's a 1:26.7 for Piastri, just a tenth and a half quicker than Stroll. Schumacher goes second by 0.02 of a second. That's close. That's very close. Leclerc now starts his flying lap. We might be getting in his way here. Joe goes up to 4th. Well, that's a second off. Oh, and that's not good. That's definitely a bit of a hold up there. Stroll blocking Charles Leclerc. Sainz pops into P4, 4/10 off. And Sainz is 2/10 slower. So Leclerc is 2/10 quicker. Slower.
So let's attack the box,
could have been quicker
to go to P1.
if he hadn't been held up. I do think he did get a little bit of a hold up in the middle sector there. Max is on a flyer now. And he is starting compromised. He's running right behind Giovinazzi. So this is not going to be a good lap time. This might not even make the top 10 this lap time. I'll put a bit of pressure on him. We've got Norris in the way at the moment as well. Is it Norris or is it Ocon? It's a McLaren. Pulls out of the way. And this is a disaster for Max's lap. He's so compromised through the corners. And it's only 12th. Not a good time at all. So pressure is on Max Verstappen. We're going to stay in the garage. Not going to run again. And we're going to wait for Max to make his final run. There he is. Russell pumped in a very good lap there. Just 8/100ths slower than Oscar. This should be a much more comfortable time for Max. But if he finds traffic in the wrong place, it could go wrong for him again. This is not a great place to catch the Ferrari. Gets out of the way. It's going to be greens for Max all the way through this lap. I don't think he's going to have any purple sectors, but you never know. Perez and Ocon both trying to improve and get out of the the bottom 5 as well. Perez fails. He's out. Ocon is being harried by Gasly. Max goes quickest. Oh boy. Yeah, Gasly and Ocon potentially hurting each other here. Gasly is not safe. by any stretch of the imagination with a time like that. Who's still on a lap? Sainz. So, Gasly is safe now. Lucky boy. Can Sainz knock out Giovinazzi? Up to the line. Sainz goes P5. So Giovinazzi is knocked out along with Perez, Ocon, Zhou and Norris as well. So I picked everything except for Porsche. I said Porsche would probably go out and one of the McLarens would get through. Okay, got that one slightly wrong, but I picked the other four. Time then for the top 10 shootout, and it will be close. We're going to do a lap on the old tyres and then 2 laps on the new tyres.
Let's get those brake tanks warmed up.
Understood. Decent out there. Good scrubbing.
Copy.
To build some confidence with some slow times, but they will be the fastest on the leaderboard when they're set. That's why I always like to be the first on track. Porsche, the third driver onto the track. I'm surprised no one else came out early as well. You usually see at least 2 other cars come out early in the final session.
Let's take advantage of this clean air. We recharge off before the last corner.
Depending on where we catch Porsche, we should have a clean run. Albon makes his way out. Now Stroll comes out as well. We'll clear those before they get out of the pits. And here comes Max. We're not going to stay top of the board for very long. Leclerc coming out as well. Will Mick have the edge again? Yes, is the answer to that question. Mick has had the edge all through qualifying so far. He's consistently been faster in that first sector. And the middle sector as well. And once again, he is quicker than Oscar in the middle. Alright, so a 126.8 is not quick. And another 10th back. Nearly 1.5 tenths back is Oscar. Alright, let's get them back and put on some good tyres. See what our target time is going to be. Porsche beat us by 6 thousandths.
Copy, delivery.
Waiting for the Red Bull times.
Pit limiter on. Okay, mate. Stop on the marks and switch off. Oh, let's go pit lane.
So Stroll, 126.5. Wow, we are seriously quicker than Albon on very old tyres. Right, Max is slow. Also using scrub tyres. Leclerc is also a little bit slow. 7 thousandths slower than his teammate.
Let's concentrate on those tyres and brakes.
Copy.
So start to work on the front, get some brake to.
Right.
Copy.
I just drifted for a second then, and I was not paying attention to the clock. I hope we've got enough time to get these laps in. We'll see how much time we've got left after the first run. We may take manual control on the cool-down lap, just to speed them round a little bit quicker.
Track clear. We're good to push next lap.
You're clear.
All right, so clear track. Well, first 2 flying laps on this run. As Leclerc now makes his way out. Once again, Schumacher is quicker than Oscar in the first sector. This trend continues through the race as well. This is going to be mixed race to win. Because we are going to stop them fighting. Both improve in the middle. No purple sector though. Max is out on track as well now, and he's got Gasly tucked up right behind him. Was it Gasly or is it Stroll? We've got enough time to get round. It's Stroll tucked up behind Max, and we're going to get out just in front of Russell. That could be interesting. Russell getting a slipstream from the back of us. So everybody out now to do their final run. Leclerc and Porsche will be the first to set their final times. Albon should peel out of the way, and does. We're not going to look at sector times or sector colours, we're just going to see what happens. Verstappen and Stroll are now on their flying laps.
And track clear, track clear. Okay, let's go. You got a good gap ahead. Okay, so go one, push.
Around the final corners, up to the line, and Leclerc goes fourth. Porsche stays in seventh. Next up, it's Max and Stroll. Stroll is just 19 thousandths behind Mick. This could put him on pole. And it's going to be mighty hard to beat if he does get the slipstream benefit, which I think he's going to here.
Let's check a flow.
Max goes third. Stroll stays second. Did not get the improvement he needed. Next up it's Gasly, and then Mick. Gasly stays in ninth. Mick improves. Oscar moves up to second. George was tucked up right behind him, and then Sainz went even quicker as well. Sainz tucked up behind George Russell, who was tucked up behind Oscar. So we're going to start second and fourth. Ooh, okay. No pole position tonight, but that was down to pure slipstreaming. Otherwise, we would have had a 1-2 there. We would have had the 1-2. Okay. Verstappen gets just in front of Leclerc at the end. But they're starting 7th and 8th. Albon all the way up in 6th place. Fantastic. Right. Roll on race day.
Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
The walls around Singapore force the cars close together, and even the best can waver in the tight spaces. Back in 2011, we saw Lewis Hamilton clip Felipe Massa as the two battled it out. There were certainly some words exchanged after that one, as I'm sure you recall. The weather is beautifully clear tonight, which is one less problem for the teams to face. Of course, that doesn't take anything away from the unpredictability of this race.
The whose engine will roar loudest today? Unpredictable times ahead here at the Singapore Grand Prix.
So, strategy-wise, we're probably going to go with that. Seems to be pretty good. We are going to go with 1 extra lap of fuel, just to push hard in the first stint. And then we'll keep an eye on fuel. There is a very high likelihood of a safety car, or even a VSC, which will allow us to save some extra fuel at some point as well. So, yeah, let's see what we can do as we send them to the grid.
Final checks have been carried out on the grid, and it won't be long until we get underway. And for that man, Mick Schumacher, this could be an interesting race.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. We're just moments away from the Singapore Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
All right, good start from Mick. Not a great start from Oscar. Though he's got back alongside Stroll. See, everyone else starting on the mediums in the top 7. And Sainz has managed to fend us off for now. Oops.
Can do. Copy.
And Oscar has dropped behind Stroll, but he's not completely out of it. Going to have the inside line. And Oscar gets back up into 4th.
Lovely stuff.
Mick still unable to get past Sainz. Is he going to have a look under braking here? No, he's not. So we are going to go into top-up mode, calm down the tyres. Let's do the same for Oscar.
Copy. Keep looking after these tyres. Yeah.
Russell's already a second behind. Sainz has really gone off on a tear here at the start. I think we probably need to give Oscar a little bit more tyre just through these corners. We'll do the same for Mick.
Copy.
Just so there's no sudden lunge that catches either of us out. But given that we're on softs and we are not at the front, this is not great. The extra fuel probably hasn't helped.
Overtaking is available. DRS is enabled.
Oscar's going to be under pressure from Stroll. Going defensive. Stroll goes around the outside. Can we hold the inside? It's going to become the outside here, but then the inside through the rest of this section. Stroll gets in front, so now it is time to calm that car. Mick has a chance to get in front of Sainz here. And he's going to take it. Completes the move.
And recharge on.
Copy.
So it's not been a great start for Oscar at all here yet.
And you are free.
In fact, he's struggling to stay with Stroll.
Copy.
And now he's going to be under pressure from Max, who is up to 6th place, having got ahead of Albon.
Okay, buddy, no worries. Let's recharge on. Copy.
And it is just not going well here for Oscar. Can't keep up. Hopefully he'll close up in the next few corners. We're almost out of battery that we can push with. And I want to get these tyres calmed down again.
We can just focus on charging them.
Right, that should be good enough.
Back off now. Copy. Recharge on.
Copy.
All right, we've got him back into the train.
Look after front tyres. Copy. Okay, recharge on.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Copy.
And it's been an exceptional start from Sainz here, although he's really pushed those tyres hard. 81%. It's, well, 80%, yeah, he's pushing those mediums very hard indeed.
Recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Copy.
Bring the pack up. Copy. We need to focus on the energy now. Copy.
Again, he's just dropping out of range. Mick's supremely comfortable right now. And we are going to be pushing him hard to try and break away from Sainz in a lap or so. But we are just having to really micromanage Oscar's pace here because he keeps getting dropped. Or on the verge of being dropped. I wonder if it's pressure from behind that keeps doing that. He's having to drive a little bit more defensively. Maybe. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Maloney and Joe, possibly?
That might be debris.
Or was it Bottas? It's Bottas, I think. Yeah, Maloney and Bottas. Oh, that was clumsy. Both of them lost half of their front wing. I wonder if we'll see a penalty awarded for that. As Leclerc has now gone in front of Albon. So Red Bull now up to 6th and 7th. It is a penalty for Valtteri. And he's immediately into the pits. Now, will he serve that penalty? Yes, he will. So this is the annoying thing. The AI always gets to serve their penalties. We don't. Really frustrating when that happens. So a 5-second penalty and a wing change. That's going to drop Bottas to last behind Maloney, I would imagine. Yeah, Maloney is getting out in front of him. Russell has just nipped in front of Mick. That wasn't ideal. Too busy paying attention what was going on at the back of the grid, not at the front. Russell is pushing hard right now, trying to find his way past Sights. You can see both the Red Bulls swarming all over the back of Oscar here, who is suddenly out of range again. God damn it. And now Mick's out of range as well. We've been caught napping really badly here.
Okay, I would like you to slow down, please.
Push a bit more. Copy.
As Leclerc has jumped Max and now jumped us. I think we might have got the DRS, I'm not sure. Oh, god damn it, Leclerc punts us off.
You okay? Oh, okay.
And that is race over for Oscar.
Right, we're down at turn 5. And you can see how tight it is. Oh, and the car's there, unable to keep out of each other's way.
We'll get the penalty for that, you watch, because we always get the penalty.
Let's go recharge.
Right, so side pod and suspension damage. Right. Let's have a look. Can I make this work? So that's that. That's 4 seconds quicker. That's another 3 seconds quicker, so we'll have to go with that strategy. Just see if we can recover something for Oscar tonight.
Box. Copy, box.
No penalties given. We have suspension damage, we have side pod damage for the first time in I can't remember how long to actually have side pod damage.
Recharge on.
Copy.
I don't even know what side pod damage does to our car. I'm guessing it's going to be cornering.
This exit clear.
2.3, not a bad stop. But the loss of confidence is the biggest issue. Yeah, so it hurts our cornering. Not good. I want to see if I can get a shot of that side pod. Don't see any obvious damage. Not that one, it's the other side. Yeah, don't see any damage. Leclerc's in the box.
Use energy.
He's changed his tyres as well. He's out way ahead of us. Let's see if we can jump the pair of them.
Okay, so let's cool the car now.
Copy.
Cool the car.
Okay, copy.
Oh, I need to make these tyres work. Around the outside. Get a run on Sainz. Up the inside there. Nearly got squeezed into the wall by Sainz there. That was cheeky. Had to lift.
No energy.
How far behind is Oscar? Ugh, 13
Focus
seconds
on bringing
behind
the
Leclerc.
tyres down. We can just focus on charging the pack.
Can I break away? That's the question. Still got some battery left. Hopefully I can. Couldn't quite there. I should do here though.
to defend that. Let these guys go.
Half a second slower than Charles Leclerc, but I don't know if Leclerc's pushing or not.
No more DRS.
Let's go recharge on, please. Recharge on.
All right, so I've got a 2-second lead. I don't know if I can keep that gap at 2 seconds. Probably not. But if I can stay away, that would be nice. Tyres cool down a little bit now. Try and slowly triple charge that battery back up again. And I need Seitz and Russell to hold each other up by squabbling now. Got a big gap back to Stroll in 4th. So Leclerc did a 33.8. Oscar pushing fuel did a 34.4. I think Oscar's damage is too bad.
Lift and coast 12.
I'm on brand new tyres against the rest of the grid and I'm lapping slower than almost all of them. I think we might have to just retire Oscar again. And Sainz is back in the DRS range, of course he is. Oh, this race just got tricky. Do I keep Oscar out and hope that a safety car brings us back into contention? But even then, it's only going to be for little bits of points. It might just be better to just save the car, or what's left of it. I'll leave him out for a few more laps before I make a decision. And that Sainz just rattles through as if we're not even there. Burnt these tyres up too much already.
Wow.
Still in peak confidence though, that will help.
Okay, recharge on. So recharge on, please.
Perhaps just keep him out a bit for his confidence. It's going to take an eternity for that confidence to recover. I'm not even close enough to even try and get an overtake in to help boost that recovery. If I was close enough to the back of a couple of cars and I could get that recovery in nice and quickly, yeah, no problem at all. But he's so far behind. And he's not lapping quick enough to even close up either. There comes a point where I'm just wasting the engine. But Sainz is seriously quick here tonight. I'm impressed by how quick he is. A little concerned at the same time as well.
Overtake is available.
He's breaking away from us. We can't keep up with him. Am I going to get jumped by Russell? Max is up into 4th place now, ahead of Stroll. I think I'm just going to have to, hit earlier than I was planning to with Mick. Yeah, I'm doing 134.5s against a 133.7. Oscar's pace is a second slower than it should be, so I'm going to retire him. We'll pit him one more time to see if we get a bit of pit stop time than the 2.3 seconds he's done, just for the pit stop competition. But yeah, Oscar's race is done.
Box. Let's go recharge on.
There goes Russell.
To push up, please.
These tyres are falling apart now.
Copy. Okay, we need lift and coast, please.
Copy.
We'll bank some extra fuel and some battery while we use up the last of the tyres. We'll probably box next lap. It's still in very high confidence.
Put that. Yeah, copy that, mate.
Okay, and that's it for Oscar. Another 2.3. He's done. Ah, dear. Maybe the pressure's getting to Oscar.
We're going to retire the car.
Title is within reach, and it's just maybe going to slip away from him if this carries on. 2 retirements in a row. At least there's no penalty this time, but we would have cleared that anyway. Stroll and Max still squabbling.
Box.
Copy for box.
Let's look after these tyres.
Copy.
No lift and coast required.
Yeah.
And recharge on.
Okay, so we've got a chance of an undercut here on Russell and Sights. Depends what tyres they go to next. Mercedes coming out. That is for Zhou. There he is. .2, it's a good stop. If not a very jerky looking stop on the replay there. And we are out clear of the short. 8 seconds behind Giovinazzi. Now, can we catch and pass anybody before they stop? We should catch Giovinazzi, Hajar, Perez, maybe Ocon and Gasly, but I mean, they're way ahead. Magnussen and Norris are probably going to box before we get to them. We'll get the tyres up to temperature and then we'll go for a fastest lap on the next lap. Just try and push that confidence back up towards peak with some new personal bests.
Push.
Copy.
We took 1.5 seconds out of Giovinazzi. Now we're taking 2 seconds out of him in total since we came out the pits. We're going to fly up to the back of him at this rate. Purple in the first. Mick has the opportunity to move back into second place in the standings tonight, above Max. Evening, Anthony. I saw you pop in right at the end last night. Sorry I didn't say hello. There's Sainz into the pits. So, have we got the undercut? Yes, we have. And that was a mighty lap. Look at that, 4.2 seconds quicker than Giovinazzi.
Okay, mate, let's keep looking after these tyres.
Okay, recharge on.
So we're now net P1. Russell will be boxing soon as well. Schumacher is in peak confidence.
Okay, mate, and let's cool the car. No more DRS. Cool the car.
Piastri had a collision with Charles Leclerc. Suffered damage to his car, to the side pods and the... Oh, hello. Someone just go off there.
Car's off there.
Watch for debris.
No, it wasn't what I thought I saw. Oh, that's a clumsy collision between Bottas and Maloney again. Second time they've had a collision this race with each other. Yes, it's another DNF. I deliberately retired him. There was damage to the suspension and the side pods. He was lapping about a second slower than he should be lapping, and I just figured at this point, you know, he's so far off the back, it may as well just save the engine. Schumacher hits peak confidence.
Can we do lift and coast?
So will Bottas get another penalty? No penalties given this time. I don't know if there's going to be punctures in the next game for debris. There's definitely going to be random failures. Things like the ERS might shut down for a bit, or you might have an engine failure of some kind. Those are definitely in the game. It's just a question of whether or not, you know, random punctures will pop in as well. That would be cool. I'd like to see that. But as with the engine failures, I would like to see it on a occasional basis, not a basis similar with the amount of mistakes drivers make in this game, because they make way more mistakes than they would in real life, or much more severe mistakes than they would in real life. Instead of running a little bit wide and just mounting a curb, you know, they're going like 3 feet wide and spinning repeatedly, and you know, every now and again a driver will have a really bad shocker of a Grand Prix, but not to the extent that we see across the season in this game. So as long as the amount of incidents is appropriate, then I will like that. I don't think they make quite as many mistakes as they did in 22. They do still make too many though. So Russell is down in 11th place, having boxed.
Okay, so let's cool the car now. Think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Recharge on, please recharge on.
Let's go recharge on.
Well, that's an easy pass. Sainz does not get past Hajar. Excellent stuff. So we've got a 2-car buffer. We're only 8.5 seconds off the back of Max, who is yet to stop. You wish they made more mistakes. The top drivers hardly make a mistake in your season. Well, the top drivers don't make mistakes, you know, very rarely. So, yeah, that tracks. But the drivers lower down make far too many mistakes. Right, Hajar's into the pits. That will free up a chance for Sainz to get a move on Ocon. He's going to sneak it through. Don't know which one of them's going to get the DRS hit. That's the corner where we got punted off by Leclerc. Oh, they both got DRS. But Ocon might just hold the position. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sainz is on softs, I've just noticed that.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
At Silverstone, they had a red flag. Race restarted at the first corner, they crashed, and another red flag. Well, there's precedent for that. Melbourne this year? No, Melbourne last year, sorry. 3 red flags. One of them only went where the first couple of corners they had a big off at turns 1 and 2. that brought out the third and final red flag.
Okay, mate, so head down. Okay, recharge on.
Right, so let's stay tucked up behind sights while he's on the softs and quick. And then when his tyres wear out, we shall try and push past him.
Recharge on.
But this is a chance for Mick to get win number 2 of his season.
Overtake is available. Alright, buddy, push.
We might have just lost the DRS. Yeah, we did. Gasly's going to hold him up. That'll allow us to close back in again.
Okay, recharge.
Let's
on,
just stay in
recharge.
harvest mode, top-up mode, instead of trying to harvest while his tyres are still fresh. Scroll boxes.
It's boxed.
And we're now just 2.5, 3 seconds behind Max, who, again, yet to stop. He might be going for a 1 stop here. It's a long way to go. Those hard tyres could probably make that. And we needed to get through there. Can't let Sainz try and scamper away from us.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Gasly getting very close there. Sainz straight through on Max there.
Let's go. Recharge on, please. DRS disabled. DRS disabled. Okay, mate, so let's look after these tyres. No lift and coast required.
Albon boxes. So does Max.
Verstappen has come in.
So we have a full pit stop now, effectively, over Max Verstappen.
Okay, Gasly has boxed.
But what tyres is he going on to? That is the question. Gasly's in as well, so Russell's now promoted back up to P3, and it is a 1 stop on paper for Max. Gasly gets out in front of him. Albon gets out on a 1. Oh no, Gasly hasn't stopped. Albon is still in front, and he looks like he's 1 stopping as well. And Norris is going to get in front of the pair of them.
Lift and coast is required for temperature.
Now I'm close enough so I can
It's
harvest.
recharge on.
Sainz looks like the winner. Well, you say that. Sainz might not be able to go soft on his next set of tyres. He might have to go mediums. We are going softs on our next set. So, theoretically, that will give us an advantage. But, I mean, Sainz was very quick on those opening mediums. So, who knows? It's going to be a fight between Mick and Sainz, I think. But yeah, Sainz is looking quick tonight. Looking very quick. Came out of left field. I really did not expect him to be right up here at the top. I see Max 16 seconds behind us. Closer than I thought he'd be. I thought he'd be further back than that.
Okay, recharge on.
New fastest lap for Perez, a 1:30.2 on soft tyres. We set a 1:30.4, I think it was, on mediums. Oh, 1:30, yeah, just effectively a 1:30.4. And we did that on mediums. So without DRS as well, I think. So we've definitely got some solid pace in our car. Definitely fastest lap worthy.
Okay, recharge on. Good job. Recharge on.
Refilling the battery. I want to protect the tyres a little bit as well.
Okay, we'd like
Just so I
you
can
to slow
push
down, please.
and break away from sights as his tyres continue to fall away. They're now below 60%.
Let's just keep it on the track.
Don't want to overtake just yet. Just want to stay tucked in. Make those savings.
More lift and coast, please, in each zone.
I get the feeling Sights is looking to rebuild
Let's look after these tyres.
for another push lap soon. Which is why I've gone so aggressive with the saving, because we are keeping close.
Okay, recharge on.
Make sure we get a decent launch out of this corner.
Alright, mate. Recharge on. Pace up.
Okay.
Okay, let's go recharge on.
Copy.
This race is by no means a done deal. Said it is going to come down to us versus Sainz in the final push, I think. It's another good race for Russell, though. He's looking at another podium right now. And he's probably not going to be able to go to the end on those tyres. He is probably going to have to make another stop. Which means softs at the end for Russell.
Let's go recharge on.
Copy.
And that time is pretty similar to us. Evening, Juice. I say we're not really pushing at the moment. Sainz's tyres are starting to give up. Just wanted to get the battery full so that we can break away from him at this point on the lap, next lap. I mean, we're running our tyres below peak performance at the moment, as you can see, saving fuel and saving battery, and we're all over the back of him.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the
But we
tyre.
will be pushing hard on the next lap. Sainz's pace is definitely starting to slip.
Let's go.
Copy.
Let's get close. Yeah. Let's go recharge on.
Copy.
Pull the car.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. A little bit of moving on the braking there from Sainz. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, Sainz is lapping so slow at the moment.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
There's full confidence. And we are off to the races. Oh man, Russell is really pushing at the moment. But that or Sainz has just been really slow. I think it's probably a combination of both. Well, maybe no. Maybe not, Russell wasn't pushing. Maybe it was just Sainz being really slow. We are coming up to lap Valtteri Bottas. And we've broken away, so we'll keep pushing the battery. But we'll stop pushing the tyres because they do still have a little way to go until we can box.
Okay, so let's look after these tyres.
There we go.
Okay, recharge on.
Sainz shouldn't be able to catch us again now until he boxes, and then he'll start lapping quicker than us again. What tyres is he going to go on to? Max gets past Norris up into 8th place. Leclerc's got his way back up into 13th. He's going to be stopping soon. His tyres are not looking good. In fact, he's boxing this lap. Timed that well. So this will probably be hard tyres to the end now for Charles Leclerc. There are those hard tyres. He'll be quick for a few laps, but he'll be not great towards the end. So, and he's so far down as well. He's not a factor in this race anymore. At least that's a small consolation for nobbling Oscar. Russell, meanwhile, has caught Sainz, whose tyres are falling to bits.
Some more lift and coast, please. A bit more in each zone.
He's probably only got 1 or 2 more laps in those tyres before he boxes. Hopefully he'll hold up Russell for us. I do not want them to take each other out because I want them to take points away from Max. And this is excellent. Up our tyre pace again, but Sainz is proving to be a nice mobile roadblock for us. The moment that Russell gets through. He does. Sainz stays out, and Sainz get back in front. See how much more grip Russell has coming out of the corner there. He's taken half a second out of me. Yeah, we are slow right now. Again, I cooked the tyres a little too hard earlier in the stint. We have to be careful with the softs, make sure we don't make that mistake again. Russell's broken away from Sainz and it's closing in on us. I'm not overly concerned about that. I mean, it will give me the opportunity to try and pull away from Sainz, or at least, you know, lap faster than we're doing right now, staying with George, and maybe just protecting the tyres a little bit more, make it a little bit easier for our soft tyre run. We did stop a few laps earlier than we wanted to as well onto these mediums. Sainz is in. What tyres is he going for? Hard tyres. No, wait, that's the Mercedes. No, but it's hard tyres. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Oh man, Russell's already all over the back of us. So where is Sainz? He's down in 11th place behind Hajar. We won't be boxing for another few laps yet. Gasly gonna have to fight his way past Gasly. Would I go mediums next stint? I would rather hold off for the softs. I can look after the softs and they will still be quick. Plus, I know Russell's going to go softs, so I kind of want to try and match the compound for the grip. Because Russell has been quick here tonight as well. I didn't think he was going to be in the picture in the end for the win, but he's brought himself back into the conversation again. He's going to have a massive grip disparity with Sainz. If Sainz is on those hard tyres, mediums might not be enough. Kind of hoping for a VSC or a safety car to pop up. We're just defending the racing line, which is why Russell was able to poke his nose up the inside now. Up, you know, in that corner there, but don't want us to lose time fighting. You know, if we get past, we get past. You know, given the grip difference, it's kind of inevitable, I think. There goes the move. It gives us the opportunity to refill the battery right before our stop, so we can come out swinging.
Recharge on.
Avoid overtake, avoid overtake.
Copy.
Let's push, come on.
Yeah, copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Yeah, the soft tyres hold up pretty well around this track. As long as you don't, you know, go crazy with them.
Recharge on, recharge on.
All right, Norris is in. Norris has gone mediums. So Sainz is currently 25 seconds behind. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think we're going to jump him. Or it's going to be very close if we don't. Very close indeed.
Slightly bigger lift and coast in all areas, please.
Yeah, okay.
It's that little tactical phase of our race now, judging when to stop. I think I might stop at the end of this lap.
Let's box now.
Copy for lots.
Let's recharge on.
Copy.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
Copy. Good entry.
Okay, mate.
Maloney's in as well. See what tyres Maloney puts on, just out of interest. And how much longer is Russell going to go? It's a slow stop, 2.5.
Okay, maybe close pit exits with Gasly.
So we are 4 seconds-ish behind Sainz. That's not too bad. We'll make that up pretty quickly.
Let's look after these tyres.
Copy.
And there we go, instant overtake. Oh, safety car, that's the worst timing.
And there's been quite a crash.
The worst timing possible.
Now this is what happens.
Everyone's going to box and get a big pit stop over us.
The car makes contact. Now their confidence will have taken a
Oh, well,
hit with that.
this might be a red flag. Oh, this will be even worse if it's a red flag. It is. God damn it. Ah, if we'd gone one more lap, we'd have been sitting pretty. Now we're really up against it. Everyone's going to change. It's going to be mediums or softs for everybody. We are just getting no luck at the moment.
A sense of deja vu here as the drivers
Softs
once
for
again
everybody.
face the countdown.
Couple are some mediums, but god damn.
And it's lights out. And away we go.
Push, push.
Copy.
Overtaking is available.
Copy.
Let's see if we can get past them.
Copy.
Ah, can't believe it.
That's tricky, doing a good job. Let's keep it up.
I've got to keep pushing.
So recharge on, please recharge on.
Or else I'm going to get dropped. Oh, this is not good. I really didn't want to have to push hard like this at the start of the restart. We might struggle just to get on the podium tonight. Stuck in a fight with Gasly that I don't want to be in. At least my confidence is back.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
Let's recharge on.
Fuel won't be an issue. That's something, but at least of all the cars in front on softs, Russell is the only one on brand new softs. Stroll is on brand new mediums though. Yeah, you're gonna have to fight hard here.
Recharge
Even
on.
in Mr. Water. Albon moves into the lead. Looks like it could be a very good afternoon for Alpine if this continues.
Let's go recharge on, please.
Even the fastest lap's going to be tricky tonight. I don't think I got mine. I might have got back in the DRS, I'm not sure. Yes, I did. Thank God for that.
Okay, recharge on.
We need to do what we can to recharge the battery. Okay, mate, let's keep looking after these tyres.
Okay, recharge on. Let's go recharge on.
Need to defend that.
Having to try defensive is slowing me down. Just have to go for it and hope. See if I can punch my way past Sainz here.
Okay, well, let's try again.
Oh, come on.
Just think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Alright, we're back in front of Max. Oh, God damn it. What is it? The fucking Red Bulls tonight.
All okay?
Yeah, good.
All okay?
I don't know what just happened.
Now we're watching Max Verstappen here. Dangerously close to
Both
each
of our
other.
drivers have been taken out by a Red Bull tonight.
That's obviously far from intentional.
And that is
but there was
serious damage to
contact.
Mick
I wouldn't be surprised
in terms
if
of
there were a
powertrain.
few words exchanged when they get back to the paddock.
Another race with no points.
And it was Mick Schumacher involved. Barely any room to manoeuvre. And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. And they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
That'd better be a penalty for Max.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
They're going to give me the penalty. Yeah, probably. Jesus Christ. That's a 3-place penalty. Going to Suzuka. This could be a mighty afternoon for Alpine. We saw how quick Sainz was earlier in the race. His teammates leading right now. If Sainz can get himself past Stroll and into contention with Russell, the only bonus is Red Bull will not score. Well, he might do. Leclerc's in 13th. We get another incident in front of him. But looking at the tyres, I think Russell has the advantage here. I would say this is probably Russell's race to lose because he's got the buffer of Stroll between him and Sainz. And that extra tyre grip might prove crucial for the Ferrari. But hell, even second and third, I think Alpine would be over the moon with that. Well, Ferrari is suddenly not looking quite so weak. I mean, they're still way down in the standings, and they've picked up some good results recently, helped in part by us in the last 2 races, but the DRS will be active straight away as soon as this goes green again. They've crossed the detection point. I think, no, this is the detection point. Just there. So Russell will have DRS. Albon's got him covered for now. You reckon I lost all my parts on Mick's car? I've lost a lot of parts again tonight. Tripod and suspension need replacing on Oscar's car. God knows what's going to need replacing on Mick's. A front wing, chassis again, suspension probably, almost certainly something in the engine. Yeah, it's been another disastrous weekend for us. Red Bull are just taking the piss right now. They know they can't beat us on track, so they're just taking us out. At least Max didn't score. Yeah, but Mick didn't score either, so he's going to stay behind Max in the Drivers' Championship. We were 77 points clear of him, and he wasn't on for a huge haul of points tonight. So we would still have been comfortable in the at the top of the table with Oscar. It just means that Mick has missed his opportunity to go back into second. Maybe we should go to Mercedes after all. I feel if you were to take Perez out of that Ferrari and put in another young, talented driver of the level of Oscar, then they would be much stronger than they are, in the constructors. I still don't have a car that's capable of challenging outright, but it might be a much easier job than I thought. This will be, I think, Russell's third win of the season if he converts it. I could try Haas as well. I don't want to go to a team that's going to be more work than we're going to have time for before the new game releases. That's why I was kind of negative on Mercedes, because I just thought they're going to need too much work. And we might not have the time before the new one releases. I thought Ferrari would be a bit more, doable, because they weren't doing great at the time. I mean, they're still not doing great in the constructors, but I mean, Russell's got second last night. He's on for another podium tonight. He had 2 fourth place finishes, I think, or 2 podiums before that as well. I think it was 2 fourth places. So Russell's been putting in some good results recently. So Ferrari have definitely found something. I was kind of a little blinded to how much they'd recovered by Perez's lack of results. Sainz is struggling to stay with Stroll. Got to expect Russell's going to blast his way through here. Oh no, Albon is deploying. Albon's pushing, he's going for it. Aston have been reasonably strong. They're above Ferrari in the constructors, I think. Gasly's got past Sainz. This is going to be a real humdinger of a fight. Gasly's on mediums as well. Those two could end up picking off Albon. If Stroll can get past Albon quickly, there's every chance he can win this race. Gasly's got a good chance of picking off Albon as well if he can catch up quickly. He's into the DRS range just about. It's anyone's guess who could win this race. I think the only one who probably isn't going to win this race now is Sainz. I don't think Albon's going to do it either. I think it's probably going to come down to Russell or Stroll if Stroll gets past Albon. We've got 6 laps to go. course, the question of who we go for next season is kind of moot until we know what our manager rating is going to be at the end of the season. We might have every intention of going to Ferrari, and they want a rating higher than we have. So that will also determine who we go to. But I don't know. I mean, I still like the idea of going to Ferrari, bringing Mick across to replace one of the drivers, and then putting Ollie in the other car. Let's see. Stroll now, putting the move on to Albon. He's going to get up the inside. And that is going to be the move done. So, Stroll is making his move. Gasly has broken away from Sainz. Suddenly turning into a very green evening as opposed to a blue evening. Now Russell has more of a problem. Stroll moves into the lead. Albon is out of range and under pressure from Gasly. Gasly's through, but he's now giving up the DRS. And Alpine now 4th and 5th. Has Gasly got the pace to close up? Russell having a look at Stroll. It's going to be a dramatic finish. It's just a shame we're not involved in it. Leclerc still down in 13th and now 4 seconds off the back of Porsche. So it will be no points for them. No red flag, it was just me and Sainz. Well, maybe Russell as well. Depends, Russell would have probably put on soft tyres at the end and just gone very, very fast with a lot of push laps. And Stroll's almost broken away from Russell here. Russell's looking like he might slip down to 3rd. Albon has been dropped by Gasly. So it's going to be a fight for 4th between the two Alpine drivers. And you've got to say Sainz is going to win that fight. Yeah, if our drivers hadn't hit each other last night, we would have been on for a 1-2 at Monza. If Leclerc hadn't hit Oscar, who knows where he could have finished tonight. If Max hadn't torpedoed Mick, we would have been on for a win tonight with Mick. His 2nd win of the season. It's the unpredictable nature of Formula One, unfortunately. Gasly's been dropped. Sainz has got past Albon and has got himself just back into range. Can he stay there? It's going to be... If Gasly can't close that gap back down, it's going to be a 2-horse race. Just 3 laps to go. The gap is getting bigger. And Sainz is just about hanging on to the DRS of Gasly. Maybe an Alpine could still sneak onto the podium. Sainz's tyres have taken a real hammering. Hajar is on for some excellent points. He's in 6th place right now, but with Ocon all over the back of him and about to get the DRS. Gasly's gone. Albon's all over him. Sorry, Sainz is all over him. Gasly could suddenly find himself dropping back down the order here. And it's still anyone's guess between these two who's going to win. They've both got enough rubber to go fast to the end. Sainz gets through. And it looks like it'll be a 2-car race for third. The Sainz and Gasly still squabbling. It's actually allowing Albon to stay in range. Russell moves ahead. But is he going to give up the DRS here? He is. Gets the block. Covers off Stroll there. Got just 1 lap remaining once they cross the line. It's going to be a very tight finish between these two. It's between Sainz and Gasly for the podium. This is it. Final lap. Will it be 2 Astons or an Alpine joining the Ferrari on the podium? And in what order? Russell seems to have got him covered. Gasly's been blocked off as well. 1 more big DRS straight to come. That is probably the last opportunity for either of these drivers to get past the car in front of them. Hajar and Ocon still squabbling over 6th place. Can Russell stay ahead? Can Sainz hold off Gasly? Here's the look. Can't get the move done. Sainz covers off Gasly. Hajar can't get past Ocon, and the Williams is right there. Here comes George though. And he takes the win. Gasly can't find a way through. Alpine will hit the podium after all. Hajar is not going to be able to get past Ocon, but 7th place is still big points for Alfa Romeo. Williams gets some more points. Both Ferraris do get a top 10 finish. Norris getting a couple of points from McLaren. Leclerc, a distant 13th, suffering structural damage from his collision with Oscar. And Bottas finally crosses the line in last place. But it is a win for George Russell. I think that is his 3rd win of the season.
That's a really miserable day for Oscar Piastri.
That was a bitterly disappointing retirement. The team certainly wouldn't have wanted their race to end this way.
And right now it's the British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium.
That sees them double their win tally for this season. They'll be delighted with that.
And you've got to think that Singapore will be buzzing now for many hours to come. Down there in the Alpha Tauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
It's not been the greatest weekend. Both drivers need to step up and show what they can do, and the team have to be there to support them.
And a big thanks to you all for joining us this weekend here in Singapore.
Next round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a firm favourite for the drivers.
So then, confirmation of the final result. Mick did get the fastest lap in the end, so we'll get the money for it. But we're not going to get much else, unfortunately. Another double DNF. Russell with the win. Lance gaining 3 places to take second on the podium, with Sainz holding on for third. Gasly up 6 places to finish in fourth. Hajar up 10 places to finish in seventh, just behind Ocon, who himself gained 7 places. Good result for him. Norris up 6 as well. 4 of those were us and the Red Bulls getting out of the way. Looking further down, a terrible race for Charles Leclerc. I have no sympathy for him whatsoever. He ruined Oscar's race, and Max destroyed Mick's car completely and utterly. I'm ready to see what the damage is going to be. See what the drivers' standings look like. Oscar still leads the championship over Max, and then Mick and Charles. No point changes at all there. However, behind, George Russell, with his second win of the season, gets much, much closer to Charles Leclerc, just 11 points behind him now. Good points for Gasly and for Stroll. The two of them both jumping forward a bit in the points, and now just 1 point apart, with a little bit of a cushion for Lando Norris in 8th. Good points for Sainz and for Albon, both of the drivers there, scoring some much-needed points for the team. And they leave Perez in the dust, who picks up 1 point, stays in 11th. Looking a little bit further down, Ocon jumps above Giovinazzi by 2 points and closes the within. Stays 8 points behind Magnussen. 6 points for Hajar means he's now just 2 behind the Williams driver. No points for anyone else further down. See what the constructors look like. We're on 525, Red Bull on 403. Still no change there. Aston in third with 30 points, stretch their lead slightly over Ferrari. They are now 13 points clear. Alpine move above McLaren by 6 points thanks to their double points finish tonight. Williams with 4 more points puts them on 62. Alpha in 8th place, gain another 6 points. That moves them 8 points clear of Haas. Mercedes still with just 3 points, yet to make double digits. In the pit stop competition, it's a Red Bull 1-2 and an Alpha Tauri 3-4. So we will lose a little bit of position to Red Bull, but not too much. There you see we're on 540 points, Red Bull on 455. They are 85 points behind us. We're still comfortably clear of them for now, but we are not getting the kind of pit stop times I would like to see at the moment. Alpine do move a point above Mercedes there, and still no points for Alpha or Haas. And you see our stops, a 2.2 and a 2.5 for Mick, a 2.3 and a 2.3 for Oscar. Nothing spectacular there. We are capable of so much faster than that. It'd be nice to actually see that happen. And our driver report cards. I don't even want to look. Ollie gets some experience, so a bit more prep for him for next season. As far as the sponsors go, well, once again, it's given us the finish position streak when it shouldn't have done. Not going to complain. We need that money, considering we've got a big repair bill coming up. Didn't get the finish position incentive, obviously, although we did get the qualifying. And then in the guarantees, we got the fastest lap, both cars in Q2 and both into Q3. So 4.1 mil. We made about 1.1 million tonight on top of our base rate. Sidepod research is now done. Oscar's rating goes up to an 89 overall. Don't want to see this. Okay, so we destroyed another chassis. We don't have a spare for that. Not yet. Another front wing was destroyed. Another suspension was destroyed. So we've got to replace 2 suspensions. I don't know if we've got enough parts for that. And look at what's happened to Mick's car in terms of his powertrain. His engine absolutely ruined. It was an 88% engine at the start of the weekend, and at the start of the race now it's a 40.8% engine. We would have lost a couple of percent during the race, maybe 4%. So yeah, big loss there, at least 40% loss from that collision. ERS took a whack as well, as you can see, as did the gearbox take a little bit of a damage. That was at 66% starting this race, I think, or 63%. Maybe the gearbox was okay, but certainly a big hit to the engine. So we are going to have to move on to a new powertrain for Mick for the next race. Regulation changes. It has been voted against 6-4. So the cost cap will remain the same. We will not get the extra 5 million next season. Right. Have I got... Oh, it's going to be a wet race as well. Great. Have I got enough parts? No, is the answer. So we're going to have to roll onto the older chassis again. Let's put on a spare front wing. Don't have any spare suspensions, do I? Oh, no, I do. That's it. That's the last of my suspensions. Need to replace the side pods. There we go. Don't have that spare chassis. So, into the production chain. An older chassis on one of the cars. I'm not sure which one that's going to be yet. Probably me. I need new side pods. I'm just going to make one for now because I might be developing a new side pod. I need more suspensions. And I need another underfloor. I think possibly. How long till the other one's done? 15 days. That underfloor is brand new. Well, new enough. That one's new enough. I'll make one spare just in case, because the way our luck is going right now, we're going to need to replace at least one of them. Not really going to get much of a benefit at all from that. Yeah, we're into that law of diminishing returns phase. What about a chassis upgrade? Could get a fair bit on drag reduction here. A new chassis might be a big step forward. Oh yeah, definite step forward. How long would that take? 30 days. Means by the time they're ready to go on the car, we're looking at Sao Paulo, maybe. Yeah. Let's go for a new chassis. All right, so let's just cancel one of those. Those will get me through until the next ones are ready. So I'm going to need more than one side pod. And then we'll go research from now on until the end of the season, from this point onwards. Right. How much money have I got left in my cost cap now? Just under 11 million. Okay. What are the board going to say? I know what they're going to say. Say it with me. Disappointed! That Hercules thing will never go out my head. So we're down to just happy now on race performance. That's a bit of a shame. Still on target to beat our target. We're in first at the moment, and we're still on target to win the Constructors' Championship in our first of 4 seasons, which is nice as well. So, yeah, that is it for tonight. 2 really, really bad races in a row. No points from a possible 88. That's how many points we've dropped in the last 2 races. 88 points in the Constructors' Championship. Or 88 potential points scored. Yeah, it's not good. Need to arrest that trend very quickly. Hopefully we can get back on track at Suzuka tomorrow. It'll be almost kind of poetic, I think, if we could get back on track and get a good result in Japan right before the actual Japanese Grand Prix. It's so weird to have Japan this early in the Formula One season. But yeah, this will be tomorrow's race, the usual time, 8 p.m. here in the UK. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.